there's a lot to work on, is there? Oh, what, you want me to apologise to all the customers I'm neglecting?
Well, that is the perk of working in a bakery, Molly. Even when there are no customers, there's always something less exciting to do. Did you call the plumber about the basement?
Not yet, but don't worry about it. It's just a drip.
Oh, it's only a drip now. But drips turn into leaks, leaks turn into floods, which turn into debts, which turn into redundancies.
I will, Hazel, in a bit. 30 minutes won't make a difference.
With you, it rarely does.
Hey, I have done something today, I'll have you know.
Always great to hear that from your staff.
Another one of those organic flour samples came. Put it downstairs.
Don't tell me it was buckwheat again.
Soy.
What is the point of soy flour? Anyway, Chris will be all over it. I'll give it to her next time she comes down.
I should really try to embrace it, Hazel. A little more of an oat latte kombucha NutriBullet thing might improve business.
If I had a clue what half of those were, I'd probably believe you.
Don't pretend you're some reclusive visionary. You're not that out of touch yet. You know, I don't like it any more than you do, but it's the way the world's going. It's either that or we get on board with this whole cupcake business.
Molly, I've told you, they'll get over it. They all go back to yeast in the end.
There's another one opening up across the square. Oh, I've heard they do a vegan red velvet.
I just don't understand where it all came from. Paying £4 for overpriced monstrosities that you could barely fit in your mouth, that were only ever made for birthday parties and bake sales. It's a cake, but it's harder to eat, and it's worse value for money. Why do people always want slightly worse and more expensive versions than what they've already got?
It's like paying more for a thinner foam. There's less foam.
You know, when I decided to be a baker, I thought I'd be a loved, respected member of society.
It's really early for a speech, Hazel.
The humble provider of a lowly baguette, a benevolent bun, maybe even the occasional sourdough. Not in petty competition with vegan red velvet cupcakes.
I know you're some strangely fashionable Victorian person dropped into the 21st century, but there's this thing called sliced bread now, and little bakeries aren't what they used to be. You need something more. Then Insta brunch snacks demand it.
Well, what do you want me to do? Ask Kylie Minogue to come and endorse us?
Okay, I take it back. You do know what the kids want.
Well, what do you think then, since you're such an influencer?
I think you should give the samples another go. You know, it's still bread, it's still yeast, but with enough of a light sprinkle of gimmicky bullshit to get some hit reviewers interested. You might as well. You can make a soy bagel. A raisin soy bagel.
Molly, there's never been a situation on heaven or earth that's been solved by raisins. Oh, sounds like Chris has started a new project.
You know, I thought it would be kind of peaceful living underneath an artist.
It's not easy work sculpting. And for how little she lets us pay for rent, I'm glad that noise pollution's the only problem we have to deal with.
God, what is she making up there? God. I don't think I'd mind quite so much if she actually let us see her sculptures rather than forcing us to listen to them.
Oh, see her art? That is a very personal demand. Would you just expose yourself to anybody?
Not after that night in Mallorca.
Oh, see her art. Molly, the creative brain is highly complex. It's very emotional. For Chris, showing a piece of her art's like showing a piece of her soul.
Yeah, what do you know about the creative brain?
I nearly did art BTEC.
Oh, a modern ragdoll.
It's quite good at it, actually. Could have had a bit of a career if I wanted to.
Well, good to know both of us gave up on our dreams.
Ooh, don't project on me. People can have more than one dream, you know. Wait, hang on. Sorry. You didn't want to bake bread?
That was plan B.
What was plan A then? Bet it was a queen or prime minister or something.
No. Leader of the opposition.
Morning, Molly, Hazel.
Afternoon, Candy.
Hi, Candy.
So I'm a little late. I've got shoe polishing last Hazel.
Oh, la-di-da. Polishing your shoes. Off to the ball, are we?
No, it's a tip from the book.
Hot business for business hotties strikes again.
Don't be so cynical, Molly. Nora Brave has got some really great ideas. She's got great entrepreneurial spirit.
She was arrested for tax fraud.
And this is what she learned from that experience.
What is the shoe polish for?
Well, she says that if you scuff up the chairs, it makes it look like people are using them and people will think that we get customers. Can't believe I didn't think of it myself, to be honest.
Oh, fantastic. Dirty chairs. The bills will take care of themselves. Yeah, I think they use that one at the Ritz, actually.
No, I don't think they do. So, okay, who's your friend?
Oh, I'm sorry, this is...
Vicky!
with an I.
We were at drama school together. I think I told you about her before.
Well, let's not delve into that one, shall we? Could be here all day dropping titles. I think it's so unsophisticated. No, it's most likely you caught me the new Lampmoss flick.
Nah, I don't think so. Drama school friend. Oh, you're not Sticky Vicky, are you? From
I prefer to focus on my future cinematography. Actually, I don't like to think about the past.
We were just getting lunch. Vicky's in town for a bit shooting.
A secret project? I can't say much more than that. You never know how these things get spread around.
That's exciting. I've always wanted to meet one of Candy's active friends.
Do you have any there?
We've got baguette.
That's the charm of small businesses, I find. The lack of choice. You never know what you're not going to get. Only teasing, of course. I always go independent where I can.
You should try something. Hazel works wonders. How about a scone? They're really good.
Oh, Candy. I could never eat anything so close textured. It utterly ruins the voice. No, I should probably dash anyway. We're shooting the palace scene next, and it does take some time to get into the ball gown.
Hope they don't say you in too tight.
Ciao, ciao for now.
Well, she's lovely.
She's not the worst of them. And anyway, having a contact can be the difference between a pass or an eviction notice. God, I really hope she can get me an audition. I took her to see those posters at the station. You know, from the H&M campaign.
Oh, I was so impressed when I saw that in the paper. Our Candy right there between Meghan Markle and the Sports Direct vouchers.
I just thought that maybe if she saw them, she'd realise I was getting booked and could start recommending me to people as a serious actor.
Well, a poster at a little swaffling train station with how Emma Stone got scouted, wasn't it?
I've got to start somewhere, and H&M's a big deal. It's great exposure. Even if my name isn't strictly on the poster. I've got a good feeling about this one. Just wait, Molly. The right somebody sees it at the right time. It'll be a big thing for me.
It's a matter of time before Hollywood's breaking your door down.
It's brilliant, Candy. Look at you getting proper paid actor work and everything. Shows everybody who said that you making it as an actor was unrealistic, doesn't it?
Who said that?
Why is H&M selling crowns now anyway? What weird trend have I missed now? I only just came to terms with dip dyes.
It's the theme of the campaign. Nothing says empower women like a sparkly bodysuit. It's called A Queen Doesn't Need a Prince. I think they're selling some jumpers with it on as well.
Well, thank God for high street feminism. How would anybody know you respect yourself if it wasn't printed on a t-shirt?
Afternoon.
Chris, who had you clattering away up there? What have you been up to?
Oh, just sculpting. You know how it is. Oh, hi, Hazel. Hi. Sorry, I didn't say hi before. I can't stay and chat. I'm in a bit of a hurry. Oh, crucial point in the sculpture. Oh, yes, precisely. And I was just wondering if you had any bleach I could borrow.
Sure, I'll get it.
Good morning. Isn't it? Any customers? Can always count on you for a laugh, Chris.
What was that?
Something must have fallen over. Is Molly going to be long with that bleach? Oh, shouldn't be. Sit down. Sit down. Would you like a biscuit or something? Oh, no, thank you. I don't like to eat whilst I'm working. It makes me sloppy. Not that your biscuits would make me sloppy. I'm sure they are. Just... Oh, hi, Candy.
Hi.
Have you seen her new H&M campaign? Yep, there's posters up now in the train station. Oh, right, yeah. The princess thing.
Queen.
Fantastic. Well, let's hope nobody defaces them, shall we?
Yes.
Here you are. You're not going to use it all up again, are you? What's it for?
Oh, just, paint. Stains. Paint stains. Chris, by the way, there's another fake flower delivery for you. Sorry, I put it downstairs. Great, thank you. I can't grab it right now, but
I just adore her.
Well, I think having an artist upstairs brings us some much needed cultural appeal.
I think it's traditional to gaze at the art rather than the artist.
Leave the rest, Molly. If this is about the Christmas party.
The Christmas party.
The Christmas party?
A minor lapse in judgment.
Oh, is that what they're calling it these days?
You know how I get when there's espresso martinis about.
Yes. Friendly and fast.
Like a cheetah on ecstasy.
Well, then what happened?
Well, there was quite a few of them to go around, and we may have sort of slightly ended up under the mistletoe.
Oh, that's lovely.
It's just a little festive peck.
Little because you got interrupted.
Yeah, do you know what? It did kill the mood a little bit when you threw up on my shoes.
I was aiming for Chris's.
That's so romantic. I've never kissed anyone under the mistletoe before.
Well, that puts you and Hazel in the same position then.
It did look like mistletoe.
But it's just poor old Eric Thompson in his very nice Christmas hat.
He was leaning over to get his coat.
Really rather confused by the whole thing.
It's not my fault. His head was very plant-like.
Yeah, because mistletoe famously does wish passers-by a good evening.
Well, does Chris know?
No. Thanks to Molly's little interjection, we haven't had much chance to talk about it since. Didn't really explain.
Though the amount of nervous blinking she does, maybe she's trying to in Morse code.
A shame.
Yeah, it was quite an evening for festive fashion though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure where Chris finds some of her friends. There was this one guy, he had on a puffy white jumpsuit. Told me I'd be dead by March.
It was whipped cream, Molly. I'm fairly sure it was just covered in whipped cream.
Well, it's March now, isn't it? So I'm sure you'll be fine. Oh, I think I've got to go.
What for?
Now, don't overreact.
Another comforting phrase.
I'd rather it didn't have to be this way, trust me. But I'm going to go buy some cupcakes.
Oh, what?
First Vicky, now this. Don't you think we've been through enough today?
I feel awful, but I have no choice. I've got rehearsals tomorrow. It's my turn to bring cake.
Oh, we've got loads of cake.
Hot cross buns don't really count.
Hannah?
I'm sorry, it's the only way. Ian took a strawberry tart last week and director asked her to leave. If it doesn't have mounds of frosting, they won't be interested.
The things they put you through to make it in this industry.
Nobody feels worse about it than I do. Trust me, I won't have a single one for myself, I promise.
She'll be able to smell it on you if you do.
I know. I learned that from last time. See you tomorrow.
They walk among us.
Traitor.
Just misguided.
Hello, hello. Here I am, bearing gifts as usual. Delivery for 2A.
Afternoon ticker. More flower samples.
Yep, it's Amaranth today.
Joy.
Is, Chris in?
Sounds like she's working.
Well, let her know I came by, yeah?
Sure. Right. See you later.
Hazel.
Yeah.
I've got a really good one for you today.
Fine. Spit it out.
I've been feeling really lucky lately. You could even say I've been on a roll.
50p.
Come on, that was priceless.
Leave.
Amaranth. I'll put it in the basement, Molly.
Hazel, enough. We're stepping into a modern age. Come on, let's do it. Let's bake up some stupid new trend and finally sell something.
No, I am putting my foot down. Wheat flour has got me this far. I'm not going to give up on it now.
Your loyalty to wheat, whilst impressive, is absurd.
If we start selling trendy, unpronounceable nonsense, we will lose our principles and will alienate all the customers that we've already got.
Can you have negative customers?
I don't want to be a confusing trend.
Why not? Everyone else is doing it.
It's not what bakeries are about. You know, for some people, bread is their only comfort. It's their escape.
Yeah, Hazel, I don't know how to tell you this, but most people seeking comfort have friends and families and hobbies. Come on, at least let's open the box.
Fine, if it'll stop your morning. I'm sure she won't mind one open bag.
sugar. Guess it's just what the fancy stuff's like. Don't they call it steel cut or something? I wonder if... Oh. Oh, you're right, Hazel. That is nothing like flour.
I told you.
My tongue is like numb.
I'm not surprised that flour from a bag doesn't taste great.
I can't believe this is supposed to be better for you. It tastes like chemicals.
Maybe. Related to a lack of gluten.
Oh, Hazel, this is really weird. I can't feel my mouth. Oh, there's a tingling.
That's so weird. I thought you were only allergic to hard work.
It's like I've eaten a wad of cotton wool.
I don't want anything to do with it, so just leave it downstairs for Chris.
Oh, it's not that bad.
Basement.
You will suffocate if you never leave your comfort zone.
Well, I'd rather die from comfort than amaranth flour.
Yeah, maybe let's leave it for Chris.
Hazel. Oh, actually, Chris, there is one little thing if you just have a minute. Oh! Sure. Well, I don't know how I'm supposed to put it, really. I was talking to Molly earlier, you know, about the Christmas party.
She's not going to be dead by March.
No, not that one. There was just one more little thing I wanted to talk to you about.
Another thing?
Yes, I'm not sure if you remember.
I don't remember all that much. I'm terribly forgetful. It's a curse.
Me neither. Well, there were a lot of espresso martinis to go around, weren't there?
Yeah, you were quite fast.
Well, I don't know if you remember exactly, but
I can't think what you could be referring to.
well, it was that night, and it was just near the end of the night, obviously passing just drunk, and it was when Molly threw up on your shoes.
Right.
Yeah, well, I've just been thinking about that since yesterday, and, you know, just wanted to make sure everything's okay and apologise, just in case you felt bad or had wanted Molly to throw up on your shoes.
No, not at all.
Well, I've been thinking about that night a lot, and I was just wondering, I thought it would be nice if maybe we could go for a coffee sometime to apologise for the shoes.
Oh,
It's only an offer, of course.
right.
What do you think?
I couldn't, Hazel.
Oh,
It's really kind of you to offer, but
I couldn't go with you because I can't drink coffee. It makes me anxious, hysterically. Oh, almost black out at the sight of a cafetiere. Oh, I mean, we could always try something different, go to the zoo. Married. You're married? To my work. Oh, yeah, take it very seriously, like a monk. So I couldn't go for a drink with you because it could distract me. Of course. Need your full concentration, I understand. Precisely. Well, I'll just be off then. See you, Hazel. But it will get lonely, you know, just if you live for your work all the time. It's been okay so far. And maybe, I don't know, sometime you could show me your sculptures, if you want to. Absolutely.
What are you doing?
I know it's quite difficult because I feel the same way about my jam tarts, but I thought it might help your confidence a bit. You know, as an artist, I nearly was one myself, so. Of course. Look, I really need to sort this out. Oh, sure. Say no more. I'll just go, shall I? See you. Good luck with the rent. Thanks, Chris.
You've got Tina.
It's me. You know, you really shouldn't answer the phone like that.
What's wrong with that?
Do you think El Chapo answers the phone with, "You've got Joaquin"?
Maybe he does with his friends. Don't think he gets his mum to call him El Chapo.
No, Tina.
Time for dinner, El Chapo.
Tina, I mean, he doesn't announce his first name when he answers the phone.
Fine. You've got Miss Tina Louise Evans, then.
That's worse! We are in trouble, Tina.
What's happened now?
One of your friends is in my flat. They want the money.
Nerdy bunch, aren't they? Crustier than a ciabatta roll. Such a good one.
No, Tina.
What have you said to them?
I've told them that we're getting the next delivery tomorrow and then we're distributing it straight away. They're really, really angry though. They're not going to leave. They threatened to
Kill you? Ah, they're always doing that.
I think this is for real this time, Tina. This is never going to end.
Look, I promise this is the last one. We just need to get rid of this delivery, then wham bam, we never have to think about any of this again, and nobody gets turned into pretzels.
All because you wanted to.
We are not having this conversation again. You were all behind supporting local business at the time.
I didn't think that would involve borrowing money from the mob.
Well, I didn't know Mrs. Thompson's son was a kingpin, did I?
His name was Fat Tony.
Well, he was Anthony to me.
Please, can you just call the buyers and tell them we are distributing tomorrow?
I'll make some calls. Have you got rent from the bakers?
Please do that, and then tomorrow we are buying tickets somewhere far away from here.
I've always wanted to go to Costa Rica. Try the coffee, eh?
I don't care where we go, as long as we are not in Little Swiftling any longer, and they can't follow us.
It's the least I can do.
Thanks, Tina. Object.
Yeah, that's 3.
Okay, is it big?
Big. That's what you want to go for.
Right, bigger than a dog?
Yeah, the universal unit of measurement. Dog.
5, bigger than me.
4. It can be, but not usually.
Can it move?
It shouldn't. 5.
Is it a tool?
6. Not really, no.
An item of clothing?
If you're daring. 7.
Right, so smaller than me, can't really move. Is it a tool? Edible? Is it bread?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the 3rd time this week. I forgot why we stopped playing it.
I'm sorry, I don't exactly have an abundance of inspiration.
Abundance.
Oh God, Tina's infected us!
It's not that bad.
How did your chat with Chris go then?
Fine. Well, fine. Really well, yeah. Just checking to make sure that everything was great and no bad blood, and yeah, she went great.
Did she say no?
It's never quite as simple as no.
Did she say yes?
No? Fine. Maybe it didn't go exactly as planned, but she said she's very busy with her work, and who am I to get in the way of that? You know, even if we do live together and have a connection and get on really well, yeah, it's fine.
I'm sorry, Hazel. I know you didn't care, really. Still, you could do a lot better than Chris, the mystery sculptor. Oh, did you get to see what she was working on?
Not yet.
Still, I'm starting to think she might not be an artist at all.
It's all a conspiracy.
I'm just saying, I think it's a little odd that we've never seen any of her sculptures. Honestly, at this point, I'd be less surprised if this all turned out to be one big elaborate performance art piece about how much noise it takes to make two very attractive village bakers finally snap.
Maybe it's multimedia. What do you think of the chairs anyway? Does it look like people have been sat in them?
Not like before when they looked like art installations.
Oh, it looks so much more professional to me. Oh, but all these crumbs don't. Molly, you've got baguette everywhere. Go and get the brooms. Sweep it up before the customers arrive.
To sweep the crumbs. What, in case they think there's food here or something?
Nora Brave says that attention to detail when it comes to the floors are a sign of control.
But the dirty chairs are all right.
Oh, they're different kinds of dirt.
Does Alan Sugar have this many spring cleaning tips?
Sweet.
Did you know that in order to criticise the decor, the customers will actually need to arrive?
Oh, well, I'm really feeling optimistic, so just get the room.
Might be a slight problem with that.
What might that be?
So, you remember yesterday when you told me to fix the basement?
Oh yeah, you said you called the plumber.
And remember how you said about how drips turn into leaks, which turn into floods, and all that?
Yes.
Well, I have some news. But first, how serious were you about that whole redundancies part?
There's been a flood.
I prefer to call it a deep puddle.
Would you call the sea a jacuzzi?
It's not that bad.
Not that bad! I'm seeing an awful lot of swamp water, but not that bad.
Okay, maybe it is that bad.
Oh my gosh, everything's gonna be ruined.
Well, look on the bright side. At least none of it came up into the shop.
Well, I really appreciate the positivity, Molly, but I actually did want a basement, not an underground swimming pool.
You could give underground swimming lessons. Bet your Nora Brave wouldn't have thought of that.
There's a drain down there. How about you go in and block it?
Well, I'm not going down there. It's wet.
Then I was very serious about the redundancies part.
Feel like Kate Winslet.
If this was the Titanic, you'll be the iceberg.
That was rude, Hazel. That was really rude. It's not so bad down here, actually. There's only a few inches. No need for a big sewing dance. Oh, I found what was blocking it. There's that box from yesterday. I'll just... There we go. The drain's clear. It's all going down. Oh, I think that posh flower
window and throttling me was quite off-putting.
It's for your own good.
How are rehearsals going?
We hit a little bump in the road, actually.
You never actually told me what you were doing.
Well, we've been working on this piece about a woman who leaves her husband, finds herself, and builds a rocket to Venus so she can finally live in society untouched by male domination. But we've had to change play.
But aren't you on in 2 weeks?
Our male lead dropped out and we can't face him.
Big day for female liberation.
Well, what are you going to do then?
I have no idea. I'm not sure I'm desperate enough to stay.
Well, don't worry, it's a disaster here too. The basement flooded.
How did that happen?
Turns out there was a leak. Who knew?
Oh, Molly.
Oh, Molly indeed.
Everything okay? No damage?
Oh, this Molly's Christmas bonus.
Well, let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
Ah, fabulous, Candy, you're here too. Well, I was just shooting down the road and I thought I'd pop by and have a check if you were in.
You could have called. You have my number?
Oh yes, but you know, I just needed a breather at all. A breather from it all, you know, just for a moment. Taxing day. So many love scenes. What now? Yes, Wes, I'll be back in a minute. He's so clingy.
What do you need me for then?
Oh well, I don't want to be too self-congratulatory, but due to what has been called a series of perfect takes in record time, we seem to have finished shooting today. And well, the cast and I were looking at going out somewhere after to celebrate, so I was wondering if you knew where...
Oh, a party with actors? Vicky, I would love to.
So I was wondering if you knew anywhere we could go.
I see.
There really is absolutely nothing to do in this grotty little town. I mean, I reached page 2 of Google and nothing. How do you cope?
Well, you came to the right person then, I suppose.
Oh, so you can help. I mean, I figured with your theatre contacts, you might have some suggestions.
Oh, definitely. I'm always going out. So many fun places.
Oh, fabulous. I mean, don't worry about it being too expensive or anything like that. When we finished the Italian leg of the shoot in January, my co-star, I can't tell you his name, of course, he took us to this environmentalist charity dinner, and at the end, he was so impressed. He bought the whole restaurant. He said it was even better than when he won his Best Actor Oscar for his work on the hit film Joker 2019.
Right.
So you can help. I mean, like absolutely anything at all. Nothing cheap or trashy and absolutely no chains. Yes, ring me as soon as you can. Any ideas, give them to me.
Sure.
Well, I've got to dash. I've got a meeting. You could be looking at the new face of the Tallulah Winton Spring Collection. I should really charge for the appearance. Any ideas, Candy? Ring me. Ciao, ciao!
Do you have any ideas? I suppose it's that restaurant.
How are you going to tell me you're actually going to help her?
She's my friend.
Oh, sure, I would have noticed if you hadn't pointed it out.
It's just her way. She doesn't mean any harm.
You better be right about her getting you a role, is all I'm saying. There must be better ways to get employed.
I don't really mind. I think it's reassuring that someone from my school, my class, can make it. It's kind of inspirational.
Oh, yeah, truly. You should really try to be more like her.
Right. Guess I'll go do some research.
Don't look too hard, okay?
I won't. See you then.
Knock knock. Got your bleach. Thanks for navigating the real help.
Morning.
Got those stains out there. Oh, yeah, precisely. We're still good. No evidence left, as it were. Why are you down there, boy?
Oh, just went for a little morning swim, didn't I, Chris?
Better put it. Because if there's anything the staff are here, it's competent.
Still, at least we won't have to upload any more posh flour onto you, Chris.
Oh yeah, you had some more of that amorous flower come?
I'm around.
Yeah, that one, down there.
It got soaked, so I tipped it. Not like you could have done anything with wet flour, you know.
The flower, Tina brought. You poured it down the drain? No, they said it was recently, don't worry. Down the drain? You
chockablock, so
Oh, God!
I think you're coaching that some amaranth flour.
The money? Don't it wasn't worth anything. We got paid for it. I'm dead.
I don't fancy roll as much as the next Chris, but I think you're going to survive.
Oh, you don't
It
understand.
doesn't seem that fine either. I want what these to grind it.
The grain didn't have flour in it. Sorry, what? £55,000. Jesus! £55,000! What kind of bread are you making?
If it wasn't flour, what was it?
I mean, you always tell us the samples, don't you? What would you see? Gosh, that's clever. I don't want to touch that.
Well, considering whatever it is right having to swim through the local drainage system, clever isn't exactly the word I'd use. What was in the crate, Chris?
Yeah, what kind of flour does a sculptor need, which costs 55 grand? Right, because I am a sculptor. And what kind of flour does a sculptor need that costs £55,000? You're thinking. Well, it's a special kind of flour for art. Art flour.
That doesn't sound edible.
Well, it's not.
Well, it's not toxic, is it?
I don't know, people don't usually eat it. Why would you eat it?
To test it! This is a bakery, Chris!
What's art flour? Well, it's a special kind of flour. Have you heard of it?
How can you afford it?
Someone important gave it to me. Oh, like a commission! Oh, yes. Sure, let's go with that. Well, don't be kind of around by one day something to be worth that much. Absolutely.
I mean, I've never heard of it, you?
No, I've not heard of it, and I did art BTEC, so I know quite a lot about medium. Hardly surprising, it's niche.
£55,000 per kilo.
Yeah, well, Monet was pretty busy painting. Didn't have much time for grinding flour.
I hope you plan your sculptures better than you plan this whole scheme, is all I'm saying.
Haha, yes, well, if you had just checked that leak, this wouldn't have happened.
Well, if you hadn't used the bakery to smuggle in £50,000 worth of art material, this wouldn't have happened!
It's 5,000. So you're not the person you're selling it to. What are they going to do? I don't know, Hazel. This is a nightmare. I am completely cooked. Oh, well, Molly, are you sure there's no way you can save the flour?
Guess you could suck it up with a straw.
Oh, definite no then? Right, well, listen, let's not panic. It's the 21st century, I'm sure it's on eBay. Come on, Chris. It's alright.
So she can be quiet sometimes.
Oh, I'll think of something. Look, how about me and Molly? We go to the shops.
it's really early.
We go to the shops and we see if we can't rustle something up like this art flower. Right, Chris? Right? Yeah? Yeah? Oh, brilliant. Okay, great. Let's go. Come on. Chris, honestly, do not worry. We'll sort this out for you and everything's going to be okay.
Got Tina!
Tina,
Is what I want, used to be.
it's bad, Tina.
Pain and complaint, it's always bad.
It's worse, Tina.
What's going on? Where are you, the bakery?
Yeah. Hold on. Okay, I've got the door now. Something really bad has happened, Tina. Something really bad. Like really bad.
Something pitiful.
Yes. What? No, shut up. Listen. It's to do with the cola.
The cocaine?
Yes, that.
Well, what happened to it?
Molly threw it away.
tragedy. Now we have no money, nowhere to go.
Wait! Maybe that's it! Maybe it did!
What are you suggesting?
Maybe that's how we get out of this. Blowing it up in both our faces.
What?
Well, what we need is an easy way to make some money and a way to explain the Roman cocaine, right?
Go on.
Well, what if the bakery just happened to say blow up? A little baking accident. And insurance cover the damage, well, that would kind of solve everything, right? Fires in bakeries happens all the time.
In 1666?
But it would work.
I don't know, Tina, that's a bit much. The insurance is hardly going to just hand over thousands, no questions asked. If the bakers weren't in, they'd realise it was a hoax.
Well, then maybe they'll have to be there.
What?
Well, the oven would only explode if they were using it, right?
You want to kill them?
Maybe they'll be fine.
We can just do it when they're out, can't we?
Well, it'd be really convenient if it just happened to be out when that bakery blew up, Chris. It'd be obvious it was a hoax, then we wouldn't get any money at all.
Right.
It's either that or we die. Definitely.
It would be quick, right?
It's gone before you know it.
Come at 7. Before they leave when there aren't any customers.
Not like usual.
You never know.
Hey, Ciabatta hopes this works, eh?
Bye, Tina.
So I've looked everywhere and I can't find any art flower, but I did.
Molly, oh thank God, you have to leave, Chris.
Oh God, has she complained to you about the art flower? She is so dramatic.
Art flower, no. Molly, I need to tell you something. It's an emergency, a real emergency. Should we go to the back?
Why?
Well, are you sure a customer will walk in?
I'm pretty sure a customer won't walk in.
Okay, listen. This is serious, but you have to believe me. I know this may be hard for you to accept, but Chris is a drug dealer.
This isn't some art is a drug thing, is it?
No, Molly, listen to me. I was just coming back through to grab a bagel before rehearsals.
Solid choice.
Thanks. No, not now. Well, the front door was locked, but I heard voices, so I came through the back. Well, I overheard something. That flower delivery, it wasn't flour.
Art flower.
Art flour doesn't exist, Molly. Chris lied to you. She's been using the bakery to smuggle in cocaine.
Well, you know, she's an artist, isn't she?
To deal, and you threw it away in the flood.
That is a really wild accusation, Candy. No, Chris was just smuggling in art flower. It's a rare kind of expensive art material that she'd get in a lot of trouble for losing, so she lied to us about to stop us looking inside the box in case we let slip.
Oh, Chris, a drug dealer. Doesn't it make sense? All that weird behaviour.
I knew it was weird we never saw those sculptures. Hazel and her inner soul bullshit. Wow, Chris, a drug dealer. I mean, I guess that's kind of cool though, isn't it? Living underneath a crime ring.
Oh yeah, it's just great. Especially the part where she's planning on blowing you all up to get her money back.
Well, that sounds excessive. Why?
For the insurance money she's in it, and to cover up their tracks too.
Dearie me, this is very unneighbourly behaviour. She is going straight off the straight group chat.
What do we do, Molly?
Well, this is quite a lot of brand new and difficult to process information. Let me just think. Wait, drug dealing's illegal.
Nothing gets past you, does it?
So let's just call the police. They can sort it.
The gang will come after you and they see you snitch. They might put you into hiding.
Oh, better not. Might have to move to Brighton or something.
What's wrong with Brighton?
All those pebbles.
The witness protection program really does tear lives apart, doesn't it?
So why don't we just pay her back? Write a check.
She'll know you know and kill you anyway in case you spill. It would just be a precaution. She couldn't be sure you wouldn't tell anybody else.
How do you know about gangs all of a sudden?
Happened in Glee.
God, this is insane. I really missed about 5 minutes ago and all my ideas would lead to certain death.
Well, there must be some way you can get her the money.
We don't have anywhere near that kind of amount anyway.
Does Hazel?
Her big plan was to get the chairs dirty, Candy.
We definitely need to tell her about this.
She'll never believe us. She's too in love with Chris. It'll get us all in trouble. And if she did think the bakery was at risk, she'd probably arm herself with a sharpened whisk and a copy of Nora Bray's How to Take Down a Crime Syndicate for Vigilante Hotties and try and save it herself.
So if we tell her, you'll probably die anyway. Sorry. Well, why didn't you just run away then?
What, and leave the bakery to blow up? I don't know, Candy. Practically her whole life is in this little bread dungeon. And now, pathetically, so is a little bit of mine.
Well, I don't know how you plan on keeping it from her. Where is she anyway?
At Craft World, asking about art flour, which, in light of this new information, is a conversation that's sure to be very hilarious and tragic, and on which I am very sad to be missing out.
So, what do we do now?
Well, we can't call the police, can't run away, can't tell Hazel, no plan, and death on the horizon. I think perfect time for some refined carbs, don't you?
Oh, Vicky. Maybe she's offering me a role with a 6-figure salary we need to save the bakery.
Who'd have thought? I'll stick her on speaker.
Candy, is that you?
Yes, hello Vicky.
Oh, wait, hang on. No, not now, Leonardo. I'm on the phone. Terribly sorry. Listen, we've just finished shooting and I was wondering if you'd had any more plans about this evening.
Oh, I'm so sorry, I just haven't had a moment to think.
Oh, really, Candy? Nothing at all? They're just all looking up to me so much, and although I should be used to it by now, I'm absolutely at a loss.
Are you crying?
Don't get upset, Vicky. This is the curse of the job. You know that.
Have some compassion.
My reputation is at stake here, Candy. I need your help. I don't know what I'm
Okay,
doing.
Vicky, look, fine. I'll have a think about it.
Okay, you're a star. Wonderful. I knew I could count on you. I'll tell the cast I found something. All right. Bye, Candy. Come in, Leonardo.
I don't even know where to start to look.
Really, at crisis point is our future.
It's all relative, I suppose. Still, I'm touched, you know. She would come to me for advice.
Oh, sure. Her respect for you is inspirational.
Hello. Have I missed much? Any customers?
Come on now, Hazel.
Never mind. Anyway, it's Chris been back through.
I hope not. How was Craft World?
No luck. Do you know, for art professionals, their knowledge was quite underwhelming. Nobody there had heard of art flour. Can you believe
Must
that?
have been really embarrassing.
It's alright. I got quite insistent, actually. The manager got called and everything, and they asked me to leave.
Sounds disastrous.
You definitely don't have enough money to pay Chris back, do you?
Molly filled you in then. Look, if I had £55,000 just lying around, I really wouldn't hire the kind of staff that would make me need it.
Well, we're going to have to think of something, or...
Hello, Chris. New project.
Oh, yeah. Something you'd like with that. Hi, Chris. Listen, I'm so sorry about everything. But I have been racking my brains to try and think of an alternative. So, hear me out. Self-raising bread flour. Look, I know it's a stretch, but maybe. In fact, it's Hazel, but really I can't sell self-raising bread flour for £55,000. Oh, selling it? I thought you were making a sculpture. Exactly, selling the sculpture, that's what I meant. And it really needs to be made out of distilled tears of Picasso. Look, I need art flour for the buyer. Or the cheap collector. Yes, exactly, that is what I meant. Another sculpture really won't do. You know, Look, Hazel, if I could pluck a £55,000 sculpture out of midair, I would, okay? Oh, look, we can come up with something, can't we, guys? Yeah, we're always coming up with new ideas, aren't we? Real innovators when we want to be.
The mini hot cross buns.
Oh, those were a stroke of genius.
Listen, there are so many good things here in this bakery. I like to think of the menu as my oeuvre. So, challah and brioche rolls aren't exactly what I'm looking for. Chris, it's hallow. Hazel, stop, please, stop. I admire your determination. I'm touched. I really am. But you're not going to be able to just bake a solution for this one, okay? We've gone slightly beyond the mini hot cross buns. I know you're just trying to be helpful, but really, 2 bakers and a struggling H&M model, no offence, Candy, really aren't going to be able to solve this one. I'm sure for a baker this is really cutting-edge stuff, but right now you're making this much harder than it needs to be. And really the best thing you can do is just please leave me be. Chris, come on, stop! Enough. You're wasting your time, Hazel. And now you're wasting mine.
Not to be pedantic, but I did think of the mini hot cross buns.
Really, Molly, now? Are you alright, Hazel?
Dropping out BTEC's ever seemed like a worse decision.
That's the takeaway.
Well, you heard her. Maybe if I'd carried on with art, then I would have been able to help her with the sculpture. Well, she's right. Oh, I've got nothing.
Hazel, you can't regret your entire life choices just because it doesn't get you out of this one, frankly, pretty specific situation.
Oh, I guess you're right. I shouldn't really blame myself, should I? I should blame my Year 9 chemistry teacher. Do you know, she said that if I did art, I would end up doing the same thing that I would have done without a degree, and I'd still be in debt. So there you go, Mrs. Gruber. I didn't do art, and I'm still in debt, so... You know that she had earrings shaped like test tubes. Don't know why I trusted her.
You know, Hazel, I think Chris was wrong about not being able to bake a solution to your problems.
What do you mean?
It's not a waste. You care more about this bakery than most people do about certain relatives, and you should not be ashamed of that. Now, I may not be able to understand how one seemingly stable woman could care so much about yeast, but that is beside the point. We're going to get out of this, and this bakery is going to be how.
Oh, well that's really kind of you to say, Molly, but if you are suggesting that we use cupcakes...
No, listen. I happen to know about a troupe of very rich actors who are looking for somewhere to go tonight and would probably not be against spending a few thousand for the privilege.
God, I completely forgot. Where can they go? The park is nice, right? Barely any muggers on Tuesday evenings.
Even better. How about the debut art show of a brand new up-and-coming artist?
Oh. Yeah, that's probably better.
An artist based right here in the village. An artist who may even, conveniently, live right upstairs.
Chris.
An artist whose art nobody has ever seen. Whose art could, in theory, be whatever we said it was.
Ooh. Selling fake art. Yeah, that's pretty illegal.
You have to actually tell them the artist Chris is, Judge Judy. If that's what we accidentally imply, it's not our fault. So long as they don't think we did it, we can put Chris's name on the check at the end of the day and be done with it.
It would look like Chris had earned money from the art.
We could give it to her as a gesture of goodwill, an apology, and nothing more.
It would be perfect.
Yeah.
I'm still a bit caught up at the fake art part.
Well, all we need is sculptures, yeah? Well, Hazel, you may not have been an artist, but your skills have not gone to waste. We need a sculpture. So, we need a sculpture.
Hey Vicky, are you still looking for somewhere to go tonight? Well, you remember that bakery? I knew you were coming. I had a bakery cake. Cake. I knew you were coming. I had a bakery cake. You didn't have to do the had you dropped me a letter, I'd hire a band, grand band in the land. Had you dropped me a letter, I'd hire a band and spread the welcome mat for you. I don't know where you came from, 'cause I don't know where you've been. But it really doesn't matter. What a care will you platter and ding, ding, hired a band, grab a stand, limbo land. Had you got me a letter and I hired a band, spread the word on that for you. Oh, I don't know where you came from, 'cause I don't know where you've been. But it really doesn't matter, grab a chair and fill your platter and dig, dig, dig right in. If I knew you were coming out of bakery cake, hired a band. Goodness sake, if I knew you were coming out of bakery cake. Had to do, I had to do, I had to do. Had to do, I had to do, I had to do. Had to do.
What should we call the last one? How about the Philosopher's Stone?
Molly, we've had this conversation. The last time, it's scone.
Alright then, scone with the wind.
Fine. We got candy.
I think all was here.
What'd you get from the craft world?
Oh, just some things that we couldn't part as scarves. I tried making you a hat out of feathers, but you would have just looked like Big Bird's less successful cousin.
Yeah, I think I've got some stuff in the bag.
Oh yeah, don't you have that weird bear costume?
Do you mean that jumper from my mum?
Somebody wasn't the favourite child, were they?
No.
So, now all we need to do is to convince Vicky's friends that Hazel's 50p loaves are pieces of priceless art.
Before Chris arrives to burn down the bakery at 6.
Easy.
Fun, no? I'm just saying, work's never been this exciting.
Oh, do you know what? It's so good to hear you say that, Molly. It's a shame you don't say it when we're not hundreds and thousands in debt. Do you know if you think that this plan is a bit unnecessarily complicated?
I mean, sure, it's elaborate, but I have never seen this many people here at once.
What is this, Vicky?
Yes, what is this, Candy?
Welcome to the debut presentation of sculptures by a dazzling new artist who lives right here in this very building.
A premiere? Oh, well, that's marvellous.
What is the artist called?
Oh, you probably won't have heard of her, but she's very influential.
In certain obscure circles.
How thrilling. I love supporting independent artists.
Is there a theme?
Can't you tell?
The name of the show is Bread of Life. Each piece depicts a particularly important part of the artist's life, represented in the most versatile substances of all, flour. Please take a look around. Some of the pieces are a little abstract.
Terribly stiff competition, I hear. Very high prices for everything, I suspect.
Are the pieces on sale?
Oh yes, everything is. You see, the artist was looking to develop some new works, new ideas, and so is getting rid of her earlier works for storage.
Isn't it exciting? The very earliest works, the beginning of an era. If you build a relationship with the artist now, who knows what her work could be worth one day?
Not to make any outlandish predictions, Candy.
Could I meet her? It would be enlightening to understand the meaning behind all these.
No, she's really busy right now. I'm sorry. Gosh, she's not got a minute.
Well, never mind. The works speak for themselves. What kinds of prices are these going for?
Oh, I would say a few thousand, at least, for most of them.
A few £1,000 for the very first shirt.
Yes, I suppose that's a bit steep, isn't it?
My dear, I don't think I caught your name.
Emma.
Emma. You're a keen surveyor of modern art, Emma?
Interested enough to know these prices are a little unusual for a debut.
Well, I have to inform you that we're now in a new age. Art can be found far past the traditional galleries. So, whilst this may be the artist's first show in a typical sense, it is certainly far from her first display. You see, the artist is what's known as an urban sculptor. She uses found items, a modern Duchamp, if you will. Many of them displayed in the public as though hidden in plain sight. You may well have seen them. The chewing gum on pavement series, shoes on telephone line, a shopping cart on train tracks. By themselves, they may seem like nothing, but together they form one of the most exciting bodies in, dare I say it, the history of modern art.
I've definitely seen some of those before.
I have no doubt.
But they're really all done by one artist?
Oh, she likes to keep a low profile. If it were known that the works were pieces of art, the effect would be ruined. What is so bold, artistically, as something which at first It does just seem like a bit of old tat on a podium. That's what the artist wants, to harness the power of the eye of the beholder.
So what did you say this was meant to be?
Where do you think you are? Don't touch! It's mixed media. Bread and charcoal. It's about how at one point everything can seem to be going swimmingly, and then you turn around and realise you've been burnt by life.
What's it called?
Rock and roll.
Do you think we're going to find it? Oh, definitely. Monica's doing a wonderful job.
Forget me not.
Let's just see if we can actually buy any.
Excuse me. Hi, this exhibition is quite fantastic. I had to ask, is this piece on sale? Oh, yes. Prices are a bit steep, though. Price is not important. Not where art is concerned. How much is it? Molly, this lady would like to buy a sculpture.
Certainly. Which do you fancy? Which piece is speaking to you, my dear?
This piece here, of the little girl.
Ah, the artist's 13th piece, dedicated to a beloved family member, Baker's cousin.
It's simply marvellous. The composition is stunning. So minimal in the use of space, the balance of light and dark. But oh, there's no price.
All prices are available upon request.
Well, splendid then. I just have to have it. You really want to buy that? I wasn't looking to spend much more than £10,000. Oh, well, no, you wouldn't.
Good job it's only going for 12.
It is. It is. But for such innovation, it's practically a steal.
Well then, my dear, it's yours. Our greatest thanks on behalf of the artist.
Maria, 12,000. Are you sure? For a new piece by a young emerging artist, undiscovered. It's not.
Yes, supporting independent artists is so important, isn't it?
Fine.
But you know, my dear, I think I might have just the thing that may interest you.
There's nothing there.
So close-minded. There was an apple pie, which demonstrated a male-dominated society. But then, the artist had an epiphany. Instead of complaining, why not use her art to create the ideal world she was envisioning? I present the fall of the pastryarchy. It's only selling for £12,000.
Are you going to work on it a little more?
I'm sorry.
Emma! Excuse her, she doesn't understand real culture.
Should think not.
No, I think the price is perfectly reasonable.
Okay, so, pardon me one moment, my dear, why don't you mull it over?
It's nearly 6, Molly. Chris.
I haven't seen her come back, which I'm hoping is a good sign, otherwise we have really added to the collateral to her arson.
What the? Chris, we didn't know if you'd come.
Hello everyone, we have a real treat for you here today. Finally, breaking her enigmatic habits, here for you all to witness and memorize her face. Chris, the artist, who lives upstairs.
What is this? This is your art show, Chris, where you're selling your sculptures. Artist. It is so thrilling to meet you. Your piece of the little girl was simply inspirational. Thank you.
Maria bought Baker's cousin.
I haven't seen anything like it. Yeah, revolutionary. Didn't make that.
We know the art made itself, but really you shouldn't deny it. After all, what use will the sculpture have for the £12,000?
That's all for £12,000. I hope you don't think I was trying to shortchange you.
At this rate, the art flower will be paid back in no time.
Without any fireworks. Hypothetical ones. pictures. But luckily, nobody's ever seen those, have they? As far as they care, you made them. But if they keep banging on, no one will buy anything. And if they do, the money will go straight to you for your art flower. So can you just go with it?
Fine, fine. Let's just see what happens. We are not getting involved in this, okay? Where is Tina?
It's called Rise Above. Get it? Because the bread rises and the bread is on a fishing line.
Yes, I got it.
I think she's found a calling. Tina? What are you doing?
Making the most of it.
What about the plan?
We can't go through with it now.
You're right. There's far too many people.
No. I mean the art. It's priceless.
It's bits of bread taped to the wall!
Magnifique!
This is ridiculous!
I just have so many questions.
Chris is just a little overwhelmed. The first show is always a very emotional time.
I just wanted to understand her headspace before I buy all of the patriarchy.
Well, there is no crumb of wisdom that I cannot impart to you, I promise.
What was the inspiration behind something so radical?
Well, how do you pinpoint the artistic vision to just one cause? I think there were many influences. Patriarchy, capitalism, loss, love. But above all, I think it was a hunger for change.
That's such a coincidence. I want change too.
Oh, soulmates.
I mean, I also think the patriarchy, isn't good.
You're both very deeply emotional people.
Do you think?
Oh, you have a connection.
Yes, there's an energy to it, an urgency, the crumbs.
It's like it's looking right inside you. There's just so much there.
Oh yes, I think I will. I think I will buy it.
You couldn't have made a better choice, Vicky.
I couldn't. And it's Vicky with an I.
I said it.
I could hear it in your voice. Does nothing interest you here, Emma?
Hardly. Not exactly awful. Some of them have something to them, I suppose. There's also monochrome.
Really? I rather like it.
I think it's utterly bland. I mean, if it's meant to represent her life, I really pity her. Nothing more to show for it than a pile of stale bread.
Well, there is a scone or two, isn't there?
It's dreadfully dry. I mean, look at the baguettes.
I see what you mean. It's really looking for a pop of colour.
Exactly. Something more colourful, but still on the bakery theme. There's so much that could have been done with a bit of icing, a bit of food colouring, something more creative, you know? Like a sort of cupcake or something.
Excuse me, ladies. I couldn't quite help but overhear you use the word cupcake.
I was just suggesting a little more colour would have made the show a bit more interesting.
Emma?
Well, it's not like the artist is going to overhear me, is she? If conveying a meagre, repetitive little existence is what she intended, she certainly succeeded. It's not going to shock anyone. It's a bit boring to look at bread all evening. I mean, who wants to live their life surrounded by a load of old loaves?
Well, Emma, I might have something that will change your mind.
This should be interesting. And what is that supposed to be?
This, Emma, is a piece of bread.
I see that.
Oh, but do you see? Do you know how remarkable this little thing is? You throw it away so easily, but do you see what you're letting go? Yes, it may not be pretty. It is only beige after all. Might not be colourful. Might not scream out for attention. But do you know what else isn't colourful, Emma? Casablanca! The complete works of Shakespeare! The Bible! And now you judge it, because it's not pretty enough. Well, this lump of beige. What was it that kept our ancestors fed around the log fire? Kept sailors fed on stormy seas? Was it cake? Was it soy flour? No. And now, you scorn it. All because it isn't pretty. Your beloved solid cupcakes may be pretty. Let me just ask you one question. In a minute. When did we, as a society, start to judge things based on icing and sprinkles? Cupcakes have one agenda and one only. They lure you in with their Oreo toppings and their quirky names, and then they chocolate chip away at your bank account, £3.50 at a time, and they leave you at home alone with cream cheese frosting stuck to your eyebrows. The trends may change, but bread doesn't. Whether you're waiting for a meal, going through a breakup, a divorce, or if you just really want a cheese sandwich, it's there. Flour and water forever. It stands by you now, as it always did, as it always will. And that is something that your paper cup nightmares will never do.
And it's only selling for £30,000.
I'll take it.
No! He doesn't understand it. I do. 40.
Oh, this is happening.
70.
50!
50, no.
80.
825.
200. 200.
550! I'll take it for £550,000.
That is just what I like to hear. Anybody else? Well then, sold! Aha! This one's still half full. You can have a full bottle in no time.
Molly, that is horrible. Hey, after yesterday, we can have a whole new crate of wine. And new wine as well.
Don't
Woo!
be high and mighty with me, it's the principle.
We can also hire some more respectful staff. You know the ones who actually call plumbers.
Your threats grow wearisome, Hazel. Let's not forget that me not calling a plumber led us to a small fortune and actual customers and... I'll call the plumber today. Promise. Actually, I was thinking, Hazel, if you really wanted, you could probably still go and do that art degree. You know, I could stay here, hold down the bakery, get some new staff, if that's what you really wanted.
Not that I don't trust your business management, but after our little brush with the art world yesterday, I think it's a bit more glamorous from far away. And at least now I know that bread means something. Maybe we could try something new.
Now there's something I never thought I'd hear.
Oh, come on! It's time to innovate, expand, experiment. Who knows? Maybe we could try something gluten-free.
Whoa there, cowboy, let's not get too ahead of ourselves.
Most bread's vegan anyway, you know.
I did. I am one, Hazel.
Oh, yeah. Ah, fabulous. Candy, you're here too. Well, I shan't be long. I just wanted to pop by and see if Chris was in.
Oh, sorry, she's not been down yet, but I can go and knock if you want.
Oh, don't bother. Preserve the mystique and all that. I just wanted to just let her know I have a flower delivery for her. Why? What's wrong with that? I just wanted to say thank you for the show last night. Simply exquisite. I mean, the sculpture is absolutely divine, and everyone's talking about how plugged into the zeitgeist I am. I think Rolling Stone are going to do a feature.
Well, I'll make sure to give her when she comes down, yeah?
All right, well, bye. Candy, what are you doing this weekend?
Nothing that I can think of, why?
Well, a couple weeks ago, my agent called me about this bit part in some independent film. And I reminded her that I'm a little bit too in demand to take it up right now, if you understand, so she dropped it. But last night she mentioned that it still hadn't been cast, so I was wondering if I could mention your name, put you forward.
Really? Oh my gosh, Vicky, thank you so much.
Oh, don't mention it. I'm dripping with roles, frankly. It's all a bit of an ordeal right now. You'd be doing me a favour. But I'll put you in touch. Yes?
See you around, I suppose. Bye, Candy. I think that's the nicest thing Vicky has ever done in her life.
You're right about her generous spirit.
Yeah, I suppose I was. Wow,
Let's say, Candy, as much as we appreciate your help, don't you have a rehearsal you need to go to?
We still haven't got anything wrong. We've been trying to look for a new play, something all-female this time.
Oh, any luck?
No, not much. There are only about 4, and they're either about being a woman or finding a husband, which is fine, but I'm a little tired of playing a tortured housewife.
Why don't you just write one?
Do any of you actually know how to write a play?
Oh, I don't know, you could take a tip from the H&M campaign. A woman doesn't need a Disney prince to save the day, and all that. Chris, hi. So sorry about everything, but listen, look, I've got flowers, and ta-da! Look, I just realised when I was writing it that I actually don't know your last name, but you can fill that out. It's a check, you know, for the art flower. Oh, right. Thank you. Nearly slipped my mind. Well, that was the whole point of the show. Fine. Well, we were going to go out to celebrate later, weren't we? But you could come.
I'm sure Chris won't want.
No, thank you. I don't drink, actually. And Molly's right. Things to do.
Where are you going with that, Chris?
Oh, to the shops to buy items.
Right. Take your time.
Actually, Hazel, could I have a word?
Yeah, sure, yeah. Molly, don't drink any more wine. She is a dictator. Yeah, Chris, what's up?
I want to say thank you for the show and everything.
Oh yeah, well sure, what a name was for. I mean, I'm glad I could help. Well, we don't have to worry about the rent anymore, right?
That's actually what I wanted to discuss. I've been doing some thinking.
Oh, hope it didn't hurt too much.
Good one. I've been doing some thinking about the lease.
Oh, you're evicting me. Oh, can you just say thank you with a cake or something instead?
Even better. I have a business proposition.
My favourite, yay.
Look, the line of work I'm in can be risky, dangerous, even.
Oh, landlording, sculpting, or both?
I suppose you could say all of my professions can get dangerous.
I never knew that you were so brave.
Well, because they can be risky, there's a chance that something might happen, or that I might have to go away for a while, hypothetically. And I was thinking, maybe it was a good idea if the building was yours. Then you wouldn't have to worry if something did happen. You wouldn't get into trouble logistically.
Oh! Yeah, I really don't understand.
I want to give it to you, Hazel. The flat, the bakery, I mean, you don't really pay any rent, and after yesterday, it's my way of saying thanks.
Well, we are straying a little bit from the thank you cake here, Chris.
What do you think?
Buildings are worth quite a lot of money.
I have heard.
Well, I mean, I think Nora would think it's a good idea, but I don't know, just to get the bakery handed to me on a plate, it's all too much. I mean, after yesterday, I'd probably buy it from you.
I
I mean, sure, if that's what you want. It's quite a good idea, actually. But there was one other thing I wanted to mention. I thought it was relevant, maybe. You see, when we had that chat, I wasn't completely honest, and I wanted to be honest with you before I left for the shops after that chat. Oh, well, I can hardly be expected to remember every single little conversation we have, can I, Chris? I mean, there'll be any number of conversations that we've had. It's about what you said, and what you asked, and what I said. And, well, you see, the thing is, I really am quite allergic to flour. It brings me out in these rashes, and I mean, I'm quite used to it by now, but I'm definitely currently propping up quite a few antihistamine companies. Look, there are two ways to get to the flat. I know I always come through the shop, but you can get up from the street. You don't have to go through the bakery unless you want to. I know about the Christmas party and everything that happened and what I remembered. Well, I don't drink espresso martinis. I don't drink at all, actually. So when you asked me for a coffee and I said no, well, a no isn't always that simple, you know? Anyway, the flat's yours, so somewhere I have a key. Take a look if you like. Hang on, the flat? The flat where all your art is? Well, that would be where my art would be. Oh, I can't believe you finally showed me all your art. Matter of time, right? I really don't know what to say, Chris. Look, I have to go, but thank you for the check and all the hot cross buns, I suppose. Anytime.
A check, huh? Guess she's the breadwinner, eh? Ready to go, Chris?
Let's go shopping.
Right! Branch out! Get it? Because shops, they have branches, and it sounds like what you say when you're going to do...
Chris, we'll talk soon, yeah? See you, Hazel. Bye.
Everything all right?
Oh yeah, fine, dandy, yeah, right.
What did Chris say?
Nothing much. She just makes really bad real estate decisions.
Can I help with tidying up?
I think we're just about done. Managed to get a full bottle. Success.
Hey, excellent. Well, if that's it then.
Morning.
Hello.
Am I too early?
You alright?
Are you lost? I was at the show yesterday. Well, it's over now. Right, well, I've had bread on my mind ever since, so I came to buy something. From your bakery?
Oh! Customer, yeah. Right, well, what would you...
What can we get for you?
Do you have any specials?
Yes! Well, we have more than that. Blueberry and fascist, is it?
I was hoping for something a little more artistic.
Well, that there has all three primary colours.
Right, of course. Half a dozen of those, why not?
Yeah, sure. Molly?
What?
The order, please.
Oh, right, yeah. Oh, what's the order? Yeah.
Can I get you anything else?
Fabio, thank you.